Hello and welcome back to Euro Football Daily, where today we are looking at 10 players who were simply too good to play in the Europa League this season. 10. Wissam Ben Yedder. We kick things off with a player at the absolute peak of his career, having his best season to date. Wissam Ben Yedder joined Sevilla from Toulouse in 2016 for €9 million and has been a reliable source of goals for the Spanish side. In 138 appearances for the club, he has scored 70 and assisted 22. The 28-year-old has been on fire this campaign with 30 goals and 11 assists in all competitions. That's the third highest for any player in La Liga, behind Benzema and Messi respectively. The Frenchman is also third in the Europa League's goal-scoring charts this season with 8 in 8 games. Scoring a brace on his debut in the competition against Standard Liège before his side were eliminated in the round of 16 to Slavia Prague. The former futsal player's success in Europe is unsurprising when you look at his stats in the Champions League. The forward has 10 goals in 14 UCL appearances, 2 of which came at Old Trafford to knock Manchester United out in 2018. Still, with only 1 French cap to his name, Ben Yedder has certainly proved that he belongs in Europe's elite competition. 9. Florian Thauvin. After a disappointing stint in the Premier League with Newcastle back in 2015, you'd have thought that the Europa League would be as good as it gets for Florian Thauvin. However, after another strong season with Marseille, the 26-year-old is now looking well worthy of Champions League football. In his last 3 seasons at the Velodrome, he has 98 goal involvements in 134 appearances. Only Mbappe and Griezmann have more amongst French players. Marseille have had an underwhelming season, finishing 5th in Ligue 1, but Thauvin has once again shone, topping their scoring and assist chance with 18 goals and 9 assists. The Europa League was particularly poor for the Olympians this term, as they failed to get beyond the group stages, not securing a single win. Thauvin missed half of their games in Europe, but still managed a goal contribution in each of his 3 appearances, with 2 goals and an assist. He also made 2.3 key passes per game, more than Arsenal's Ozil. The French international does have some Champions League experience, making 6 appearances in 2013, where he assisted 2 goals. But sadly for the talented winger, he won't be returning to the UCL with Marseille anytime soon, and so a move away may be in order. 8. Joao Félix. At number 8 is one of the hottest prospects in football. Joao Félix spent 7 years in Porto's youth academy, only to be released and snapped up in 2015 by rivals Benfica. The 19-year-old broke into the first team this season and has had a superb debut campaign. In just his 2nd game for the club, he became the youngest player to score in the Lisbon derby and has wrapped up the season with 20 goals and 11 assists in all competitions, helping the team reclaim the Primeira Liga title. Highly impressive stats for his age, Félix is just the 2nd youngest player to have 20+ goal involvements in league football this season, behind only Jadon Sancho at Dortmund. The Portuguese forward has started 5 games in the Europa League and made history in the quarter-final home leg against Frankfurt by becoming the youngest ever player to score a hat-trick in the competition. He also managed an assist in the same game. Not bad for a 19-year-old. Benfica crashed out in the 2nd leg against the Germans, having already exited the Champions League at the group stage. Félix did make 1 UCL appearance before fully establishing himself in the side. Now with a solid season under his belt, there's no doubt he'll add more Champions League experience to his game, and rightly so. Just before we move on to the next one, today we are doing a live stream for the Europa League, so please check that out. Make sure you click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you're notified when we go live. 7. Allan. As one of the most technically gifted ball-winning midfielders, Napoli's Allan certainly warrants his place on our list. The Brazilian joined the Blues from Udinese in 2015 for just €11.5 million and has made 179 appearances for the club at the time of writing. 20 of those have come in the Champions League, and he boasts some superb stats. The 28-year-old made 6 appearances in the UCL this term, completing 6.8 tackles and 3.8 dribbles per game, both competition highs. That form also translates to the Europa League, in which Napoli entered the tournament at the knockout stages, progressing to the quarter-finals. In 6 Europa games, Allan recovered the ball 26 times. It took Arsenal's Lucas Torreira 11 matches to do the same. The Brazilian international has also had another strong season in Serie A, helping Napoli secure a 2nd place finish. Allan's talent has not gone unnoticed, with reports linking him with moves to PSG and Man City. Wherever he ends up, he certainly doesn't belong in the Europa League. 6. Alexandre Lacazette. Arsenal's fans player of the season has fully justified the prize. Since joining the Gunners in 2017 from Lyon for a then club record transfer fee of £45 million, Lacazette has scored 36 goals and has revelled in his role under Unai Emery, with 20 goals and 10 assists in all competitions this campaign. Since his Arsenal debut, the 28-year-old has been directly involved in 50 goals for the club, more than any other player. The Frenchman has also been key to the Gunners' success in the Europa League this term, with 5 goals and 2 assists in 9 games. His most important strikes came in the semi-final against Valencia, where he netted 3 times across the 2 legs, sending the North London side to the final. The forward has also proved his worth in the Champions League with Lyon, making 18 appearances and contributing to 8 goals. He'll be hoping to add to his UCL tally next season if Arsenal can lift the Europa League trophy in Baku. 5. Kalidou Koulibaly. For the 3rd year running, Kalidou Koulibaly has been named in the Serie A team of the season. The 27-year-old joined Napoli from Genk in 2014 for €8 million and has been an absolute bargain. He's made 212 appearances for the Blues and been a rock at the heart of their defence. In 2018-19, he won the ball back 154 times. That's more than any other player in the league. The Senegalese international has also impressed in Europe, with 19 Champions League games to his name. This season, he made 6 UCL appearances, completing 2.5 tackles and 2 interceptions per 90. That's more than Liverpool stalwart Virgil van Dijk. Napoli dropped out of the group stages and into the Europa League knockouts, with the former Mets man making 5 appearances before the Italian giants were beaten by Arsenal in the quarters. Koulibaly's dominating displays look likely to earn him a move to the Premier League, with Manchester United keen on securing his services this summer. If he does make the move to Old Trafford, then a big pay rise will ensue, but his Champions League status will diminish. 4. N'Golo Kanté. With 2 Premier League trophies, a Player of the Year award, an FA Cup and a World Cup to his name, N'Golo Kanté has had an unbelievable few years. Despite his success, the 28-year-old has had to settle for a season in the Europa League. The hard-working midfielder has been given a more advanced role by Sarri at Chelsea this season and has contributed more goals to the team as a result. The Frenchman has 9 goal involvements this term, scoring 4 in the Premier League, 1 more than he netted in his previous 3 campaigns in the competition combined. As for the Europa League, Kanté was often rested in the early rounds, with 4 appearances off the bench, but he did play a key role in Chelsea reaching the final, making 5 starts in the latter stages of the competition. The Ballon d'Or nominee has only experienced 1 season in the Champions League, reaching the last 16 with Chelsea in the 2017-18 campaign. Although a lack of experience in the UCL, he thrived in the competition, making 3.7 tackles per 90, more than Barcelona's Sergio Busquets. Regardless of whether the Blues win the Europa, a 3rd place finish in the Premier League has guaranteed a return for Kanté to Europe's biggest stage. 3. Luka Jovic. On the brink of a dream move to Real Madrid, Luka Jovic is more than ready for Champions League football, having passed his Europa League audition with flying colours. The 21-year-old has scored 27 goals in all competitions for Eintracht Frankfurt this season, and 10 of those have come in the Europa. Unsurprisingly, he tops the scoring charts and helped the Bundesliga side reach the semi-finals. The Serbian striker has been clinical in Europe. At the time of writing, he's had the most shots in the competition with 46, hitting the target 17 times. And he's also broken records, as no player of a German club has scored more goals in a single Europa League season than Jovic. The former Benfica man joined Frankfurt on loan from the Portuguese side in 2017, with the deal being made permanent earlier this year. At the age of 18, Jovic became the youngest ever Serbian to play in the Champions League, coming off the bench in Benfica's quarter-final defeat in 2016. He hasn't featured in the competition since, but with a move to Real now on the cards, that will undoubtedly change soon. 2. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Another player who knows the Bundesliga well and is way beyond the Europa League level is Arsenal striker Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. The 29-year-old joined the Gunners from Borussia Dortmund in 2018 for £56 million and has been worth every single penny. In 64 games, he has scored 41 goals and assisted his teammates 12 times. 22 of those goals came in the Premier League this season, earning him the Golden Boot. But as the North London side missed out on the Champions League spot, it's his goals in the Europa League that may prove his most pivotal. Oba has scored 8 and assisted 3 in the competition, with his most crucial coming in the semi-finals, where he made a total of 5 goal contributions. The Gabon captain has also been the most accurate shooter in the competition, with 22 shots on target. The former Dortmund forward also has a solid record in the Champions League. In 32 games, he scored 15 goals for the German side. There's no doubt that Aubameyang should be back where he belongs, in Europe's top competition. 1. Eden Hazard. Topping our list is Belgium skipper and ball magnet Eden Hazard. The 28-year-old has had another great season at Chelsea, with 16 goals and 15 assists in the Premier League. That's the most goal involvements in the division. He also has more assists than any other player in Europe's top 5 leagues this term. Hazard has been less effective in the Europa League, but has spent much of the competition being rested. The former Lille man has started just 3 games and made 4 sub-appearances. Despite a lack of Europa action, he's still made an impact, with an assist, a semi-final winning penalty, 2.6 key passes and 4.4 dribbles per game, a competition high. The Belgian already has the Europa League trophy to his name, lifting the cup in 2013 with the Blues. He narrowly missed out on a Champions League medal, joining the side shortly after their 2012 success, but he does have plenty of UCL experience, with 44 appearances and 21 goal involvements. Having spent 7 years at Stamford Bridge, there's strong rumours now linking him with a move to the Bernabeu. With a CIES value of €105 million, it will take a huge offer for Real to finally get their man. So those were our 10 players who have been too good to play in the Europa League this season, but have we missed anyone out, and who do you think will be in this list next season? Please let us know in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this, why don't you check out the video on screen right now, and as always guys, don't forget to like and subscribe.